Hey, this is WhyBeAre back with Giant Machines 2017, and we're going to pick up right where we left off, which means they have something to tell you.
After each workday, the silicone containers must be properly stored. We use the mobile crane to move the containers. Park the machine in the designated area. As always, you can use the THUGZ tow to get to the machine park faster.
Okay, so now I can talk because they're done telling us what we need to do, and I see my thugs right here, and ooh, you can actually push the thugs. So we could push this all the way to the destination if we wanted to, but that would take an extremely long amount of time considering we're moving at about 1 meter every 10 seconds, and that's 250 meters away in a straight line. Going along the road would be even longer than that. Instead, let's just hop into it. Go ahead and turn it on, turn the radio off, parking brake off, and then away we go. Although I'm kind of curious, can we do a mean burnout with this thing if we had the parking brake on? We should try it. Here we go. We're going to try to drift and then burn out. Drift. All right, drifting does work. You can pull the e-brake and make it slide. Now as for a burnout. E-brake on, power. No. Wait, what if you kind of come onto it after you have a little bit of momentum? Nah. Unfortunately, the thugs cannot do a burnout. Plus, I respect my thugs. That sounds funny to say, but I respect it. I don't want to do a burnout. This is a very serious piece of machinery. It's not made to do burnouts, although it can drift if I wanted to, which I do want to, although I don't think that was the way I was actually supposed to go. So undrift. Undrift and go the way we were supposed to go. I mean, it looked like we were supposed to go in that direction at first because you're looking at the screen and you just see wherever we want to go is way off to the left. But it's actually ahead of us. Quite a bit still. It's just being a little deceptive with the angling. Drift! I'm doing that on every corner with this thing. That is so much fun, just sliding my thugs. Like, I don't even know how much slide we actually get from the e-brake. Oh, we actually get a pretty good amount. Like, you can't just whip this thing around. You gotta use the e-brake to whip it. So I guess we could park this right here. That seems like a very reasonable place to park my thugs. We can get out of that. And then we get to go into this giant crane thing. Oh, we have to be on the other side? Oh, I just noticed it has like a little drink in it. How cute. It even has ice cubes. Alright, let's go ahead and turn this thing on. Radio off. Parking brake off. Oh, can we drift this? You know, I will try to drift just about anything in this game. Whether or not that's a good plan, well, the answer is pretty obvious. It's a bad plan. Look how long this thing is. Drift it! Oh, it's too slow. You can't drift. You got me over here trying to literally drift a crane. How dumb can you get? But it doesn't seem like it can get enough speed to drift. Although, we got some speed right here. I see my destination. We're gonna drift into it. So, drift it! Nah, it's too long, too heavy. You can't drift it. When you put the brake on, though, it stops. This thing got some serious brakes on it. Alright, so I'm coming at this at a really bad angle. I don't know if the game will say that's good enough or not. Does that count? If I'm at 0, does it say, hey, that's good enough? Nah, we need to be lined up better. And I probably could have had it lined up from the very start, but I had to try to drift the crane. I can't say it wasn't fun, but I can definitely say it was totally pointless because you can't drift the crane. So I guess we gotta wait for that box to fill up.
Get into the operator cabin of the mobile crane and fully spread it.
Well, let's just do what they said. So we'll go to the operator's cab, which I'm assuming is that cab over there. And before we were in the driver's cab. So we'll go ahead and enter into here. Kind of going straight through the door. Now what are the controls here? Okay, turn it on just like everything else. Go ahead and change the camera. And then I guess the first thing we need to do is the unfold. Is it actually doing it? Well, I see a percentage changing. I don't see any action actually happening. But as long as the percentage is changing... Oh, there we go. Look at the back. How do I, Ooh, I'm in that thing that's moving. Yeah. This is how we do it. I have no idea exactly why I need to move. But yeah, I'm moving. To me, it would have made more sense if the legs stabilized first. I'm assuming maybe the cab's location make it where the legs can't stabilize, or maybe when you're in the cab from this position, it's easier to see the legs to make sure they stabilize properly. But I don't think that makes sense because who's looking at the other side of the legs?
Now you can use the crane to move the 4 containers to their destinations.
All right. How do we use the crane? I'm going to actually use the controller here. Wow. It's a lot of controls. Let's see. First thing we probably want to maybe do is mess with the camera so we can see what we're doing. There we go. There. Okay, that's where I want to go. What button do I hit? I don't know yet. I'm figuring this out. There's the button. I want the extending button. I suck at moving cameras with my controller. Moving the crane, yeah, that's no problem. And you ask me to move this camera, and it's like, oh my goodness, how do I do this? Oh, really? Like, how did I just get it kind of like stuck there for a second? I don't know. I'm not good at that. I'm gonna get that crate though. Is it too close? I can't tell. Oh, the water tower with the block. I told you I can't use this camera. Actually, we were pretty close. Alright, we just gotta hold it above and then it hooks. Perfect. And then, where does it go? Okay, I see it goes over there. Again, this terrible camera movement. Go ahead and raise that, and then we gotta pull it in a bit so we don't destroy the water towers. There's nothing important in there, right? That I could just destroy by flinging it all about, because that's definitely what I'm doing right here. I'm flinging this thing. Pull it in, it's gonna hit the water tower, pull it up. Okay, it turns out I'm not that good at using the controller for moving the crane either. Okay, now we need to go closer. Then we can go down a bit, and then we'll go left. All kind of maneuvering right here to get this thing. Ooh, whoa. Oh, don't crash it. Oh, I just tapped it. That's not a crash yet, that's a tap. Gotta go gently. Well, actually, if there's no penalty to doing it violently, why not do it violently? Now, is there a way to actually just rotate? I mean, if I have no way to rotate the hook, I'm kind of screwed unless I smack this thing up, huh? Smack it! Okay, now you gotta rotate after the smack. Come on. There we go. Perfect. Maybe go a little forward. Lower it before it gets in the wrong rotation. Quick! Oh man, there's better not be anything fragile in this container, because I'm just wrecking this thing up. I have no idea what I'm doing, but look. It's basically where it needs to be. I say basically because the game's like, nuh-uh, that's not it yet. Oh, I've broken the crane. No, I haven't broken the crane. I've put the container exactly where it belongs. Why was I doubting myself? Okay, I don't think I need the controls up anymore because I know what I'm doing. Although this seems a tad slow and repetitive because not much is happening, so we might skip along a little bit right here to only the interesting parts, like right here where there's a high probability of things going terribly, or I get better at it and I do it amazingly. Not quite. I was close. Not quite. Okay, in, and then drop it. Push it more in. Come on. Down. There we go. Okay, I got it eventually. Just a little finagling, and then boom, it's in, and then on to the next one. Alright, we're coming in hot with this one, although it is at the worst possible angle. The container is supposed to be rotated 90 degrees in either direction, so how do we rotate it? Whack! And then hope that works out. I mean, yeah, everything's kind of getting flipped around in the container, but if that was important, they would have a rotating mechanism on the crane. That's... Ooh, this is way... I gotta go through with this just to see what happens. Like, yes, that was a stupid plan that had no chance of actually getting it in the right orientation. But I had to go through with it. Wait, maybe it will get it in the right orientation. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, all part of the plan that didn't work. See, the plan was to get it upright. Yeah, it's still upside down. I mean, not upside down, in the wrong orientation. It was upside down momentarily. Now, I don't know how to rotate this thing. Like, you look at this control menu and you would think one of those would make the hook rotate. No, there isn't. You have one to lower the hook, which, I mean, isn't really necessary. I haven't been doing that the whole time. I just kind of move the, crane itself in the, not the crane itself. I move the jib into position and that's it. Like, I guess right here I could do hook down and that might make it a little bit easier. Is it actually working? Like, I'm hitting hook down. There it goes. That was weird. Like, at first I hit hook up, and then I noticed immediately I was hitting hook up, so I hit hook down, and nothing was happening. How strange. Anyways, on to the next one. So on this one, I'm going to use the mouse and keyboard to try to line this thing up, see if it's any easier or harder than the controller. Hardest part's really just remembering which control is what. Because I just got used to the controls for the controller, and now I have a totally different control scheme that I gotta learn, although that went pretty easy.
Now that is my kind of order. Moving the silicone load should proceed according to plan.
Okay, you know what though? I'm willing to say mouse and keyboard is easier than the controller in that situation.
So, the first transport of silicone ore is on its way to Florida. Ensure the safe delivery of the goods. We're already halfway there. Refuel the haul truck to continue transportation.
Alright, ooh, did you see that hose? That's one of those physics hose. So if I grab that and I swing it all about, the hose will stretch and all. It won't stretch out though. Hey, can we do it like a jump rope? Oh, we gotta actually jump with it. Here we go, jump rope mode. Which way am I supposed to do the jump rope? I don't know. We're going to do it whichever way it works. Now, this has to be a really, really short kid for the jump rope to work. Okay. Enough messing with that. I guess I'm supposed to go to the fuel storage and just shove it in the hole.
Open the valve to start the pump. Refueling will stop automatically at a full tank. Enjoy yourself.
All right. Ah. The valve is up here. Ooh, my guy just ripped that valve. He didn't slow down or nothing. He don't care how long it's been since that valve last been open. He rips it with his bare hands like it's just this pathetic valve that means nothing to him. And apparently it's going to take 14 minutes for it to fuel up. Okay, well, let's explore the town then. Hey, you guys see my big old dump truck? It's huge.
All right, break's over. Start the whole truck and proceed with ore transportation. Next stop is a motel. Very famous among truckers.
Okay, I guess the 14 minutes at the top wasn't actually how long it was going to take to fuel it. It's how long it will take to finish the mission, or the time limit we have. So I'm assuming we're supposed to drive this, and I'm kind of curious what would happen if we try to drive away with the fuel thing still attached. Will it automatically detach it, or will I have to go down there and fix it? Ooh, we can just pull away. Pop it off. We ready to go. Ain't no stopping this dump truck now. Okay, it's not a dump truck. It's a haul truck. There's a technical difference probably. Or maybe there's not. I don't know my giant machinery that well. I have to play this game more. Then I'll learn. Is there a difference between a haul truck and a dump truck? I love just rampaging through a town with this thing. It feels so wrong. And then the speeds it goes at is so impressive because this is 60 kilometers per hour. If this was kind of like a back roads, rural type of road, that could be the speed limit. And it seems so absurd that I could be traveling the speed limit and not really impeding traffic as I do this. Although, I have made a 2-lane road into a 1-lane road. That can be an issue for two-way traffic. Oh, here's where we want to be.
We have a situation here. The overpass has collapsed under the weight of a truck transporting fresh wood. Pull on over and check on the driver's condition. I'll call for help.
Turns out I'm not there after all. Instead, I gotta go check up on the bridge that fell apart. I don't even see it yet. Oh, now it's coming into vision. The night sky makes it hard. All right, brakes! Such good brakes on this thing. Like, I didn't even have to do any adjusting. Just stopped perfectly on a dime.
We're nothing but a flesh wound. Driver's already been transported to the nearest hospital. However, we can't allow logs to block the only road in this village. I got you a brand new demolition shear for the job. Go on and cut up all the logs.
You know, this has to be like the most generous company I've ever heard of. A totally unrelated incident happens that does something terrible to the town, and they go and buy a piece of machinery just to fix that. They totally didn't have to do that. They could have just drove around on the dirt because I know my hauler could, but instead they went and bought that. That is not cheap. That had to cost them a lot. So now let's go ahead and find our way into the cabin up a half dozen stairs and a half dozen corners. Then we turn it on, music off, parking brake off, change the camera so we can see things and figure out what controls we got here. So, looks like these are all just kind of basic movements. Ah, but there's an operator mode button. I hit that, and aha! Now, we actually have all the buttons you need. Am I going to read that? No, I'm just going to hit the letters and see what they do. We can rotate this thing, and then... How do you cut? You hit left and right at the same time, maybe? Let's see, is that like... on it, and then yes, that's how you shear it. Shearing these logs. Good thing they all lined up so perfectly when they fell off of the bridge. Shear it. Another one over there. Is that on it? Yes, it is. You don't have to be that close to it. I was like really making sure I was on it. Don't need to. Just, I'm near it. Nope, not that far. Yeah, I can extend that out more. Perfect shearing. I mean, the logs are still in the way. Problem isn't exactly solved. I just made it smaller. All I've done at the moment. What? Okay. I have heavily damaged the machine. All right. Not sure exactly what I did to cause that. I guess maybe because I was really like rubbing it up against the logs and I didn't need to. The way the shear works, maybe you just got to get close enough and then use that positioning. So, try this again. So like when we get to the log right there, I just like, I'm touching it basically and we try to shear it, maybe a little closer, then try to shear it. There we go. So I'm hoping it was just because of the way I did it the first time, although that log's getting up on me. See, now I'm treating this thing like it's made out of glass. I don't want nothing to touch it or anything. I didn't know that you could actually break it the first time. Nobody told me that. Is there a camera angle that's better? Oh, that's the camera angle you want. Oh, this is a super camera angle now. I feel like I'm cheating. You know, I wonder if some of the machines in real life have an extra screen on the inside that would have like a camera, like kind of like this or something. So you can actually see what's going on a little bit easier. It makes sense. Seems like it could be really practical. Alright, is that good enough? Yes, it is. And then one more. Can I reach it? Stretch, machine, stretch.
Well, all right. The road's clear. Good job. Now, take the demolition shear off the road and get back to the haul truck at once. Further delays are not an option.
Now, I don't know if you heard that, but it sounded like my thing blew up right at the end, and yes, it did. Mission failed.
Well, all right.
Well, all right. The game looks like it's being generous right there, and it's going to allow me to continue, even though I actually broke the machine at the other stage of the level. So now we have to get this thing off the road, which is easier said than done. I guess you gotta steer and then accelerate. You can't do both at the same time like a normal vehicle. I mean, yeah, you can, but you don't have really much steering radius at all. Like, you need a couple of football fields all next to each other to be able to turn this thing around, I would think. So there we go. That is off of the road. Turn it off, hop out of it, and just leave it here. You know what? I'm like the hero to this town. Nobody's gonna do anything to this piece of machinery as it stands there, and it is totally normal to walk down the track to get off of that. Yeah. No, it's not. Probably supposed to spin it around so you get to the other ladder. Instead, I didn't do that. So I got about 10 minutes left in this. Hopefully it's not like a huge time crunch right here, because I am taking my time on most of these missions. We'll try to speed it up a little bit as I drive along. Oh, parking brake was already off because I never put it off in the first place. Go back to the camera angle I like. And we got to squeeze through here. That looks like a tight fit once again. Oh, sheesh. I just crashed into the dirt right there or something. Being really reckless with my driving. You know, I can't remember. In the first video, was it 324 or was it a different number? Because if it's the exact same number, that's cool that they did that. If not, aww, it would have been cool. But considering I turned the game off in between all that and it's a totally different level, I really wouldn't expect it to be the same number. So that's what makes it so cool if it is the same number. It's because it's like, wow, they went through a lot of effort to probably make that happen. I'm starting to swerve right here. I don't know what I'm doing. I should probably be driving with my controller, but instead I'm using the keyboard. That makes it a lot easier to just swerve all over the place. I know that. Because you can't really do those nice, gentle movements. You just smack the steering wheel and it moves that wheel. So I'm like a real trucker. These guys, they got 18-wheelers. Well, I only got a 8-wheeler. Oh, it's a 6-wheeler. My bad. I thought I had dual in front and rear.
Great. Tornadoes are raging all over the road. You gotta leave this area before it's too late.
Alright, maximum speed ahead. Truckers, you gotta get out of here. Oh goodness, I am not gonna be able to wait. Yes, I can. This thing can corner. The truckers need to leave too, though. Oh, that car's already wrecked. It doesn't look like I'm heading towards the tornado. This doesn't seem like a good plan, guys. The tornadoes are in front of me. Like behind me, it's clear skies. Well, I mean, it's raining, but there ain't no tornadoes in that direction. Okay, I'm literally surrounded by tornadoes now. I mean, these look like small tornadoes. I don't think they do much to my truck. But a big tornado, it could probably do something. Because they could tear apart buildings. I'm sure it could tear apart a truck. No matter how big and how heavy duty it is. Again, swerving all over the road, which is costing me some speed. And I would just use my controller, but it's acting up. Kind of unfortunate. Am I supposed to just follow the road or kind of cut across to avoid tornadoes? I think we just follow the road for now. Like, if I get sucked up by a tornado and lose, that's going to suck. Because that tornado is, you know, just a few yards away, it looked like. Guess it's going in the other direction, so I'm safe. Now, I'm looking everywhere but where I'm driving because I'm trying to watch out for the tornadoes! How did I not see that? How did I not see that? Like, I'm looking all over the place for the tornado and I still missed it. Come on, WhyBeAre, what are you doing? You're better than this. That's miserable. Like, I was... You know, that's the problem. I wasn't looking at where I was going. I was looking everywhere around me. Totally didn't notice it. Would actually already get some damage to that building. I just now noticed that. Like, these buildings are in a sorry state already. Holes in them. Falling all apart. Could be a good level for like a post-apocalyptic zombie survival game. Number 558. Work is a good level. Gotta repurpose those assets, man. You made a level, you use it in 20 different games. And hope nobody notices. Oh, what's that on the ground? Can't quite tell because I'm trying to drive through the tornadoes as fast as possible. Poor strategy in the end because I'm still just swerving all over the place. Alright, this time I'm gonna pay real close attention for the tornadoes. Make sure I don't get hit by it a second time. If I get hit a second time, that's so embarrassing. Like, how are you gonna not see it 2 times in a row? There it is. Alright, it's going to the left. I'm safe. Wow, you really have to be close to it to see it. Like, it looks like it's a lot farther away from you and then it's suddenly right in front of you. No wonder it got me the first time. Alright, there it is again. It's coming right at me. This isn't fair. Okay, it's fair. I lived. I think it's going to cross across the road totally straight, and then all of a sudden it's going like a circular path right at me. It's like, no. What is this tornado possessed? It shouldn't be able to do that. And then at the top it says escape the tornado, not tornadoes.
If anyone doubts miracles, they should have seen this one.
It wasn't a miracle. It took 2 tries. Alright, so I think that'll do it for now for Giant Machines 2017. Until next time, this has been WhyBeAre. I'll see ya!